And welcome back to the channel, everybody. Welcome back to a new video, and this is one that I've belabored on this point quite a few times on this channel, and I just had to do it one more time. And I wasn't going to do this video. I'm kind of just over it at this point because I feel like I'm screaming into an empty room, and nobody can hear me other than this small group on my channel, because it seems like the mainstream auto media doesn't want to have anything to do with this, doesn't want to talk about the Daytona Charger EV problems. Very few articles have been published about this. Some strong Mopar websites and blogs have never had this conversation, if so, barely touched on it. Yet the absolute lack of reliability and disaster that car is something that seems to be a secret that the entire auto industry is either intentionally keeping, or they just are in the dark and only publish what they're told to publish. And that's why I wanted to do this video, because I want to bring you all into an opportunity here. And that is with a site that Butter has created for the three of us, which is goafterspeed.com. And I just believe, you can go here for free. You can watch the videos for free. You don't have to subscribe, pay us money or anything. It's just there for you. That if you want to find out what's really going on out there in the auto industry, and at the very least hear the cutting edge thoughts, ideas, maybe even just the speculations at times, then go for it, because the mainstream auto media, the blogs out there, aren't going to talk about the things we're going to talk about, which is why we appreciate you watching our channels for Butter, TK, and myself, because if you want to really know what's going on early, we're the ones taking the chance, taking the risk to be wrong, willing to throw the information out there as unverified information, but information you should maybe research yourself and then filter yourself. Then come here, because in November of last year, we were screaming that these Daytona EVs were sitting on lots and having issues. We had actual pictures, secret pictures taken by people who were standing outside the storage lots where these cars were at the manufacturer, and the hoods were popped up because they were plugging into the electric computer system to try and update these machines. We showed pictures of a rope or a bungee cord sticking out of the rear hatch because there were rear hatch issues before anybody started reporting rear hatch issues, before the cars even got delivered to the lots. We were saying the software issues were huge. We were saying that these cars were bricked and having problems in November and December. Go back and watch all of our videos and you will see that we were saying this originally. And then people who did not listen or figured we didn't know what we were talking about with the inside information we were all getting showed up in force, and, well, let's just say in a small force, and bought that Daytona EV, only to find themselves in a living hell. And to this day, it's been almost, a solid 10 months since these cars were released, and almost no mainstream articles about the problems that exist. It would almost make you believe that maybe these Daytona Charger EVs don't have any problems, yet the RT was already canceled, the Banshee was shelved, but along the way, nobody wanted to say that the issue was related to humongous problems. We've even had actual Mopar techs doing videos, and some that I have actually spoken to who have told me that they were going to start, one guy going to start a YouTube channel and talk about all the issues with these cars and how he's working on them. They told him, send us your videos, this is according to him, send us your videos, and we want to review them, and we want to suggest edits. So I will tell you, nobody but me is editing my videos. You're hearing it as I hear it. And I may leave a little bit of opening once in a while, because I don't need to get sued, of course, by giving out bad information. So I just go to the forums and I share information that I'm getting from others with all of you that for some reason nobody wants to report. Butter TK and I report it, but for 10 months now, almost no mainstream auto media has gone to any lengths to dig into the story about what an absolute colossal disaster the Daytona Charger EV is. They just said, well, the RT's canceled because it's not selling well, not because of the massive issues that are taking place with these cars and the just rampant amount of problems when it comes to the updates and the 12-volt battery system and the stupid suggestion that you need to have a 10 millimeter with you because when that thing dies, you need to be able to get in and get in the back and disconnect your battery. I saw this today on, well, let's just go ahead and be honest with you all. Created this. I told ChatGPT, hey, create a Spirit Halloween costume for Dodge Daytona Charger EV owners. Here's what I got. A flatbed tow truck, 12-volt car battery, a 10-millimeter socket, and the guy is dressed absolutely appropriately. So here's the deal, and no big happy look on his face. So this is a reality, but let me show you the reason why I did this. Because finally, the second time an article has been made, it was Car Scoops. Outside of that, I don't know, and feel free to comment below and tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm not going to start naming outlets, but it feels like nobody, even your most trusted Mopar websites, aren't talking about this. In some case, some of them have even bought the car themselves and refuse to start getting deep into talking about what's going on in the forums. Why is that happening? Is Dodge going to pull the inside information that they give them, pull the relationship, not invite them to events? Why won't they talk about it? Yet us three, we absolutely will. And it's something I think everybody needs to know, because if you're thinking about buying one of these things or leasing one of these things, you need to know if it's your only and main primary car, you're likely going to be riding the bus. It's a problem, and you have to assume that that's the case. But no, Brad, it might not happen to me. It might not happen to me. I might get lucky. Okay, cool. Take the chance, roll the dice, but don't come crying to me when you're stuck on the side of the road getting loaded on a flatbed. But here's the article that just came out in Car Scoops, and good job, Car Scoops. It says Dodge Charger Daytona left one owner stuck and furious. I will tell you all, it's way more than one owner stuck, to the extent that I have my own flatbed gang meme. And by the way, I haven't updated it because I couldn't fit all the cars on this freaking meme. I mean, they'd be so small you wouldn't be able to tell what they are, but it became a thing. It's not one owner. Why aren't all these people getting stories? Why? This is a big story. Why aren't the big, giant media outlets talking about this stuff? Hell, Channel 7 freaking news should. Daytona owner reports serious charging and braking system issues. Yeah, we knew about this. We were talking about this months and months ago. Stellantis has so far refused to buy back faulty Charger Daytona. I've done multiple videos where I've allowed and brought on actual owners of these cars to share their entire story of how Stellantis is dragging their feet and not stepping up. I had Quincy on recently where he shared his story of his car, and he's been walking through an abyss for months and months on end while making car payments and insurance payments on his car. And then they go through that basically this thing's a failure, it's a flop. Of course it is, because nobody wants these things. Charger Daytona owner says his new car is practically useless after endless problems. And it goes through the charging issues. You can go read the article. The brake issues, of course, the last straw was a fault experience with the brakes. While stopped outside his store, the brake pedal was pressed firmly to the floor, yet the car attempted to surge forward several times. That sounds like fun. Moments later, the dashboard lit up with multiple warning lights, traction control switched off on its own, and the Daytona eventually shut down completely and stayed that way for several minutes before it would restart. So how about all of you, by a comment below or a like, would be terrified to go back into that car and drive it again after these things have been happening. Stellantis hasn't been much help, according to the poster. The company denied a buyback request, but did agree to cover a rental. How kind of them. While the Charger is being repaired, unfortunately, the allowance is capped at $60 a day, while the least expensive rental available costs $80 a day. I did a video, folks, on this where I shared this gentleman by the name of Jacob, his situation, a disabled veteran, where they said they would cover 6 days or something like that of the rental. After that, he's on his own, and he gets to just, I don't know, Uber around after that. It's his expense. So on top of a car payment, on top of an insurance payment, he gets to now pay for his own rental car. It's unacceptable, and it's been months this thing's been sitting in the shop. But is this an isolated incident? Absolutely not. And here's the deal. I'm only sharing this with you all because I care, because I really do think that I can maybe help some of these people who are going through this. And even though they get mad at me for doing these videos, and believe me, they do. They beat me up in the forums, and some want me to be thrown out. Some have petitioned to get me thrown out. But when I see these posts, and I can come down here, there's a guy that just said, here's a guy says, okay, I finally got the turtle. What do I do? I'm afraid to turn it off. I would be afraid too. And then this gentleman comes on here and says, I want to like this car, but I'm over it. I've had this car for 84 days, and it spent 61 of those days in service and just dropped it off again this morning. Replace the 12 volt, replace the AC compressor, and now just replace the 3-way coolant valve, and the car is still broken. Like, I feel bad for this guy because there was a happy day when he got the car. This guy says, I've been talking to Dodge trying to get out of my lease. I told them let me out or I'm filing a class action. Here's the deal, folks. Let me explain without sounding like an attorney. I'm not an attorney. You don't want to be a class action. Class actions take many, many years. And how many of you, by a show of hands in the audience, by commenting below, have gotten a letter from a very large company where you were going to get money in a class action? And once you got through the bottom, if you filled out the form, you were going to get a check for $19.26 and a latte. And that was all you were going to get. You don't want to be in a class action. Class action means that you're going to jump into a lawsuit with hundreds, if not thousands of people. The attorneys are going to get hundreds, let's say millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars, and you're going to get a latte and a free oil change. So, folks, do this on your own. Get your own lemon law attorney and lemon law the car on your own. Don't get sucked into something else. These guys are giving good advice. Lemon law. This guy says, I had issues, but they were all fixed with the latest update and small detail-oriented mechanic. The mechanic discovered significant overspray in several of the areas. It just goes on and on and on. And then you have this guy. Glad mine never breaks. I've had it over a year. Good for you. I'm not saying they're all breaking, but it's a lot of them that are breaking. So here's the deal. Do you want to be that person? This guy says, get a lawyer, not now, not later. Don't even finish reading my comment. Get a lawyer specializing in lemon law and have them file a lawsuit. Dodge is literally ignoring anyone who tries to get them to do the right thing. You have to fight them. I am in the same boat. Mine was in the shop 70 days, and Dodge refused to take it back. I got a lawyer, and it will soon be bought back. Dodge has already folded. Get a lawyer. You'll need them. There's a guy named, on here, I think it's EAWD is his YouTube channel, and nice enough guy. I commented on his original video when he bought his RT, and he just ripped me to shreds. And was because I was bashing the car and I was a hater and all this other stuff. And I was just telling him, dude, it's going to be a problem. He just got his lemon law approved, and he was waiting for a surrender date to get rid of the car. In his last video, he got up and said, do not buy this car. I do not recommend this car. But it's such a great, beautiful car, but don't buy this car. Of course, I think I'm blocked, so I can't comment. I told you so, and you're still mad at me. But nonetheless, these guys vehemently, many of them will vehemently defend these cars. Here's another one. I can literally go through this. All you got to do is all any of these news media sites need to do is join this group. Go Google, go to freaking Google. Let's just go over here. Go to Google, type in charger reliability problems. The Daytona forum is full of them. You can get tons of it. Reddit, full of them. Buyer beware. Here's what we think. This guy talks about the problems he's had and the issues he's had. Car Scoops is the only one I see talking about this. Charger forums, Dodge Charger V owners share. This Yahoo article was actually one that we all knew about, and it's one man's opinion of electric car flight. No, it's many. You can go through Google, keep going, and it's just, you'll see ours come up. There's Butter and TK stuff, and mine come up, but nothing from the institutional media sites, nothing. But if you go through here, it's just almost every single, the service department couldn't replicate my no start issue. It's non-freaking stop. This guy, currently have 6,500 miles. I was almost left stranded the first time last week. Shut the car off like normal, hop back in, 20 minutes later, nothing. Dead. And I can keep going. I can do this for literally hours. Don't cry for me. Second Sunday in a row, and here it is, a new member of the flatbed gang. This is insane, folks. Here, and look at the comments. These vehicles, that they are plagued with software issues, usually fast charging, sends a computer haywire, and people are like, well, you just need to get the updates. No, and here's a bunch of commenters. Their car's down. Packed mine up Friday, dropped it off this morning thinking it's time to lemon. It's a lemon. It's a lemon right there. So I just wanted to do this video real quick and throw this up here and just invite you all to stick with our channel. Go check out goafterspeed.com. You will hear things so early with us, and sometimes it's speculation, sometimes it's gray area, but we're going to tell you what we know as we know it. And you don't have to, if you wait for the big giant news blogs and sites to share this stuff with you, like the way it's looking now, it's like 10 months later they finally catch on. And I would bet you these articles more of them won't even come out. It's like everybody's so afraid to not get invited in by Dodge that they're not going to bash this car. And I'm tagged, and TK and Butter are tagged as bashing this car. I think the car looks amazing. The car is gorgeous. It drives amazing. There's like everything about the thing is awesome, except for, of course, the range and the weight of it. But it doesn't matter. It could have been a great car because they got the price down so far on their lease deals for people that made them really affordable and really cool cars for the money. But if you're constantly broken down, well, then it's suddenly just not worth it. And if you're having to pay for something you don't have for at times months on end, and you have to pay for loaner cars, and you continue to pay the insurance on the thing, even worse. If you have to go through a lemon law of months and months and months of fighting and waiting for that thing to get put through, that's brain damage I don't think you want. So I would just say until Dodge gets a handle on this thing, and I genuinely, sincerely hope that they do. I really hope that they do. I think this would be a great option for people who love EVs and frankly want something fun and very inexpensive. If they keep the discounts in place, then it'd be great. Just fix it, Dodge. Fix it. I won't do any more videos. But don't worry, you've got cover, it appears, by most of the mainstream auto channels and auto blogs out there, that they're just not going to talk about the reality of this thing when it's all over all the forums at a ridiculously alarming rate. So with that, everybody, thank you for watching. Please please hit the subscribe button. We're almost to 100,000 subscribers, and without you hitting that subscribe button, it's not going to happen. I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.